Hello. This short video provides a brief introduction to the main takeaways from the paper, A Tale of Two Volatilities. Let me walk you through the main takeaways of the study. It is a common view, especially after the Great Recession, that higher uncertainty is something bad that is associated with lower stock prices and lower investment. What this study shows is that this common view is not necessarily full. Some aspects of higher uncertainty can be associated with improvements for asset prices and the macroeconomy. Specifically, the paper finds that the impact of uncertainty on the economy depends on its source, more specifically on its sectoral origin. So, what does that mean? Let's clarify this with a quick overview. Say that we split the economy to two broad sectors. First, the consumption sector. It produces goods that are sold to households. Second, an investment sector. It produces goods that are sold to other businesses or equipment. Empirically, the volatility that originates from the consumption sector, that is, from the producers of non-durables and services, plays the traditional role. It is being associated with depressing the real economy and stock prices. By the way, volatility in this context refers to the time-varying, conditional volatility of technology shocks, or TFP volatility. But more surprisingly, and contrary to the typical view, the volatility that originates from the investment sector, meaning from capital good producers, is associated with boosting prices and growth. This is a new challenging finding, and it has various implications for macroeconomics and finance. In particular, it suggests that we should not necessarily fear volatility if it comes from the investment sector. For asset pricing, it suggests that we should pay attention to sectoral volatility shocks because they can help explain certain return anomalies beyond first-moment shocks. The paper also develops a general equilibrium model to explain these data features. It features two sectors, two volatilities, and also relies on mechanisms like time-varying markups. This is needed to get consumption and investment to move in the right way in response to each sectoral volatility. To be more precise, the empirics can be summarized using four new stylized facts. What is common to all is that investment volatility is associated with good times. First, on the macro front, higher consumption sector technological volatility is associated with a drop in investment, consumption, and output. Interestingly, though, investment technological volatility is associated with boosting them. Second, on the asset pricing front, the two sectoral volatilities are priced in the cross-section of stock returns, but they have market prices of risk with opposite sign. Consumption sector technological volatility has a negative risk price, and investment sector technological volatility a positive one. Third, by and large, consumption technological volatility drops stock prices, and investment TFP volatility raises it. Lastly, investment TFP volatility helps explain return spreads, particularly based on momentum. Next, the paper explores theoretically why these sectoral TFP volatilities induce different effects. Here is the main intuition, in a nutshell. Generally, higher volatility can induce an income effect that raises investment or a substitution effect that lowers it. In the model, the income effect dominates for investment sector's volatility and the substitution effect for the consumption sector's volatility. Why? Well, the technological volatility of these two sectors are quite different in their nature. The investment sector is the one producing new equipment or capital. Therefore, investment technology endogenously has a prolonged impact on the economy because it affects the stock of capital, which slowly depreciates. By contrast, the consumption sector does not produce capital. It simply assembles the pre-produced capital into final consumption goods. Therefore, consumption technology would have endogenously a more transitory impact because it just rescales the flow of consumption it doesn't affect any stock. As a result, consumption TFP volatility resembles pure short-run flow risk, while investment TFP volatility resembles more long-run stock risk. This means that the effect of higher risk on investment could be different between these two types of volatility. All other facts, including the asset pricing implications, originate from this opposite effect on investment. In short, decomposing aggregate volatility to two sectors has quite important implications for macrofinance. There are more important details in the full manuscript. Enjoy reading the paper.